On numbers 9 and 10, we're asked to solve for x. X is part of a segment here, or it is this segment length, but it's part of that whole segment, and x is part of this chord. It's a segment length also on number 10. So we're not using angle to arc relationships like we were in 7 and 8. We're looking at the lengths of segments. We also care about where the vertex of the angle we're talking about is, because that helps us know what relationship to use. So notice with the x here, these two segments intersect outside the circle, and the two segments we're looking at in circle 10 intersect inside the circle. So that lets us know again the relationship that we're going to use to find that missing part. So when the segments intersect outside the circle, remember the relationship is whole times the external part equals whole times external of the other segment. But when the intersection is inside the circle, the relationship is part times part equals the part times part of the other segment. So here we have two secants intersecting outside. Here we have two chords intersecting inside. So whole times external, remember when we talk about finding the whole length, you have to add parts together to find the whole length, unless the whole length is just given to you. Well, we're not given whole lengths, we're given parts of each secant. So to find the whole length of this secant, I have to add the 7 and the 5 together. 5 plus 7 is 12. So for my whole length, I have 12, but I want to multiply it by the external part, which means the part that's outside the circle. So for this secant, the external part is this part that's marked as 7. So we're multiplying 12 times 7, whole times external. For the other secant, I, again, don't know the whole length, but I've got to add to find it. 6 plus x, those are not like terms, so I can leave it 6 plus x or x plus 6. Since it's addition, it doesn't matter which one you write first, and I just like my variable to be first. So I've got x plus 6 as the whole length, but I need to multiply it by the external part, which means the part outside the circle, which is the 6. Now when I multiply this binomial by 6, I can't just put times 6, because it looks like the only thing being multiplied by 6 is the other 6. Remember, you want this whole binomial to be multiplied by 6. So you have to put the binomial in parentheses to remind yourself to distribute the 6 and multiply it by both parts. So 12 times 7 is very easy on the calculator. 12 times 7 is 84. When we distribute the 6 times the x is 6x. The 6 times the 6 is 36. So we have what's called a two-step equation. To get x by itself, we have to undo multiplication and addition. We always undo addition first, and we undo addition by using subtraction. So I'm going to subtract the 36 from both sides. So the 36 minus 36 is 0. On the left side, 84 minus 36 is 48. So 48 is equal to 6x now. Now I can undo the multiplication to get x by itself, divide by the 6. Since x was multiplied by 6, I'm dividing by 6. I have to do the same thing to the other side. So this 6 divided by 6 cancels. Since a number divided by itself is just 1, we're just left with 1x on the right side. And 48 divided by 6 is 8. So x is 8 in the first problem. If you want to check it, put in 8 here, which means my whole length, 8 plus 6 is 14. So you want to know, is whole times external, 12 times 7, which is 84, equal to whole times external here, which would be the 14 times the 6. And 14 times 6 is also 84. So it works. On number 10, since the intersection is inside, the relationship is part times part equals part times part. So this chord is split up into two parts, a part that is x and a part that is 9. So I'm going to multiply x times 9. The other chord is split up into two parts too, 8 and 18. So it's going to be 8 times 18. So 9 times x we know can just be written as 9x. 8 times 18 is 144. So to solve for x, I want to undo this multiplication between 9 and x by dividing by what I'm trying to get rid of, which is the 9. And I have to do that to both sides. So 9 divided by itself is 1. So I have 1x equals 144 divided by 9, which is 16. So in this one, x is 16. And you can check it. Is 16 times 9 the same thing as 8 times 18? We already know 8 times 18 is 144. 16 times 9 is also 144. So we know we have it right.